All right, man. We're jumping right back in. We talked about why the 7.62 by 39 millimeter was not a good choice for a prepper. Let's talk about why the 5.56 by 45 millimeter is a good choice for a prepper. Stand by for controversy. Cue the intro. So here's why I think the 5.56 by 45 millimeter is the right choice for preppers and Minutemen. Now, you 7.62 by 39 guys, stick with me to the end. I got something to say to you at the end to answer some of your concerns. Uh, but this is not my 7.62 by 39 millimeter follow-up video. That video is coming. I want to do a lot more research. I want to have a lot of facts and figures and anecdotes to back up my position on 7.62 by 39. But why is the 5.56 by 45 millimeter the right choice for preppers and Minutemen? And I'm going to sound like a broken record, and it's going to get boring. But the main reason is still logistics and resupply. Man, you can have 10,000 rounds of ammunition secured in a secret location. When you're out in the field maneuvering, you're only going to have 200 to 300 rounds on you max. In the Marine Corps, we carried 210 rounds on a combat load. We carried 7 magazines of 30 rounds. We actually came back 2 rounds to save the springs in the magazine. So it's actually 28 rounds, 7 magazines, about 210 rounds, or 200 rounds. That's what you're going to be carrying in the field. Now what happens when you run out of your 200 rounds of ammunition? When I was in the Marine Corps, we called to the rear, and a guy in a Humvee came up a couple hundred yards behind us and started passing out ammo. That's not happening for you. And your 10,000 rounds of ammunition in your secured location is not going to do you a bit of good. You're going to be scrounging around for ammo on the field, wherever field you're on, and what you're likely to come up with is this 5.56 by 45 millimeter. There's a good chance your comrades are going to be carrying it. It's a real good chance your enemy is going to be carrying it. This will be the round you will find when there is no resupply. Your 10,000 rounds of stockpiled ammunition will not be with you in the field. It probably won't be close to you even if you're securing your homestead. All right? That stuff's not going to be right where you're at fighting. There's a good chance this will be. All right? That one fact right there, forget everything else. That one fact should tell you this is the round you want to be trained on. This is the round you want your rifle to fire. Because when the time comes you need ammunition, this is it. All right, there's a couple other reasons. Ballistics on this round get maligned a little bit. You know, people say, oh, it's a 22, oh, it's tiny, oh, you know what? It adheres to a philosophy of effectiveness through velocity, high speed. This round moves incredibly fast. And if you're shooting it out of a 20-inch barrel or bigger, it goes really, really, really fast. 3,200, 3,300 feet per second. The 62 grain bullets moving at 3,200 feet per second, 3,100 feet per second, have a really flat trajectory. They go long distances, and they do impressive amounts of damage on target. There's an old myth that when these bullets hit, meat, they tumble and go crazy directions and come out, and they'll go in the stomach and come out the top of the head. That's a myth. But they do yaw and turn and do all this craziness once they hit, because they're going so fast and they're lighter and they start breaking up, that they have impressive wound cavities. Some of their competitors don't always have that. So the other thing is, because it's flat shooting, it's got that flat trajectory, relatively flat trajectory, it's really easy to train on. It's really good to be accurate with this round. It's really easy to be good firing this round. It doesn't take huge amounts of trial and error and practice. The shots are very repeatable. You can get lots of follow-up shots, lots of high volumes of well-aimed, effective fire with a 5.56 by 45 millimeter. That's the second reason. It's an effective little round. It's an unconventional little round, especially to our American minds. We think a 30 caliber bullet is what you got to have. You know, a rifle's got to be 30 caliber, and a pistol's got to be 45 caliber. It's not the case. A small light bullet going at high velocities is very effective, very accurate over long ranges. Guys, you want that ability. You know, you can tell me this round is adequate at this, and this round is adequate at that. This round is good at it all, plus gives you the option to go a little bit farther. Why would you purposely give that up to take on an all-around? Why would you carry a heavier round that can't do what this round can do? I don't understand that. Even the guys who have all this information and knowledge and will tell you, oh, my round can do this, my round is adequate at this, you know, at most combat ranges, what? So you're going to not have the option to, if another situation turns up, to not function to your best of your... I don't get it, and I'm getting worked up. I'm sorry. It's a completely emotional argument to me to say, oh, well, this is good enough. You know, nothing else is ever going to happen. I don't need to be prepared for any other contingencies. I don't get that. I don't. To say that some expert with all this training is capable of doing something with your particular round does not mean the vast majority of men are capable of doing with that round, or that it's efficient for them to do it with that round, or that the resources that they might invest in being able to do it with that round might not be better invested in something else. If you could spend 5 hours and $100 getting really good and accurate with this round that is good at close ranges, intermediate ranges, why would you spend 10 hours and $20 getting good with a round that isn't as good at those farther ranges? Okay, this gives you capabilities that its competitors don't give you. The fact that your competitors are good at certain things doesn't mean they're better at other things, and it doesn't mean they're a better choice. All right, you know what? I am capable of going 5 rounds in a boxing match. I'm not capable of going 12 rounds in a boxing match. So are you just going to hope a boxing match only goes 5 rounds, or are you going to go with that boxer who can go 12 rounds? I don't understand those arguments. Finally, this is the last reason why this is the right ammo for preppers and Minutemen. Guys, it's shot out of the AR-15. Now I was excoriating everyone for having their own emotional choices. So full disclosure here, I am emotionally invested in the AR-15, the M16A2 really, and this round. I carried it in the Marine Corps. I carried it in Haiti. I carried it in Bosnia. I've spent a lot of time with it. I'm highly, I consider myself well trained on this round. So I admit I have biases towards this weapon in this particular round. This is not my favorite round. This is a compromise round. If I was going to sit down and design my preferred tactical round, it would not be the 5.56 by 45 millimeter. It would probably be, a 6 millimeter, a 6.5, something around 100 grains, still moving about 3,300 feet per second. I like the 308 a lot. I think there's a lot to be said for the 308. As I grow older and a little more circumspect, I wonder if it's just not, it's too heavy as far as carrying all that weight to have the amount of volume of fire I think would probably be preferable. That's a debate for someone smarter than me. I think it's a highly effective round. But that's not the round we have to work with. The round most available to us is this one. And it is fired out of the AR-15 family of rifles, which is the most highly developed, well-engineered family of semi-automatic rifles in the world. It's been around since the 60s. Its flaws are known. Its weaknesses are known. It has been engineered to the nth degree. It is made from, as long as you get decent, from mil spec on up, it is made from excellent materials, engineered to last a long time, with good manufacturing processes that will let this weapon function for years and years and years and years and years. Even if it's a little more prone to stoppages from dirt and dust and whatnot, cleaning your rifle once a week is all it needs to stay reliable. That's a small price to pay for all the advantages the AR-15 brings you, especially when I don't have anything but anecdotes to back this up with, and I'll look for some solid information on this. I think the AR-15 family is going to fire a lot more rounds over its lifetime than the AK-47. All that sloppiness in the AK-47 and the SKS, that leads to a lot of knocking and banging, and things get shook loose, and there's a lot of stresses and everything. The AR-15 doesn't have that. It's got very few moving parts, very little reciprocating mass, very little violent actions. It is just a well-engineered machine that does its job extremely well. I know that's going to make a lot of guys angry. Oh, in Vietnam, yeah, there were some teething problems with the rifle. They've been fixed. They figured it out. They chrome lined the barrel. They chrome lined the chamber. They fixed the powder in the magazines in the bullets that was causing some of the problem. They added that forward assist. They added that dust cover. The dust cover is a big deal. It helps a lot. A lot of the problems early on were from those early M16s not having dust covers. The weapon has been engineered and fixed, and it is an excellent weapon. All right, guys. That's it. You 7.62 by 39 guys. I'm not saying your round can't kill people. I'm not saying that if you shot me with it, I would laugh at you and get back up and take your rifle away and beat you. I'm saying this round, because of its availability, I'm not going to go through it all again. This is the best all-around option for preppers and Minutemen. I'm not saying you shouldn't have another rifle. I own 7.62 by 39 millimeter rifles. I have some in the house right now. I'm not saying you shouldn't own them. I'm saying they should not be your primary rifle. Your primary rifle should fire this round. You should be trained on this round. You should be effective with the 5.56 by 45 millimeter. Men, appreciate your time. Thank you.